Yeah, well, I think the challenges for us is just going against Rutgers and playing a true road game with fans for the first time in a long time. I think that's more of a challenge than anything. Obviously, being ranked number one in the country is a cool thing, but it can end pretty quickly if you don't play well. So we all know how tough it is to play on the road in the Big Ten.
Which most of this team has never done.
Correct.
In a true traditional manner. Is that something that has to be managed at all? Or?
Well, it's not something like you can fix in a speech. So you're not going to give some rah-rah speech or like talk through it. Like, you got to be able to go through it, and you got to be able to play, through some noise. But if you play better and you don't turn the ball over and you kind of stick to our rules defensively, you're going to help yourself. And we have guys that have played. So we have seniors that have been in our program, not like a lot of people in the country that have seniors that have, transferred 2 or 3 times. And so, we have, 3 seniors. Sasha's a 5th year. Obviously, Eric and Travion are in their 4th year. Isaiah Thompson's played. He's in his 3rd year. And our other guys are pretty talented players. So, you hope, especially since our struggles against Iowa, hope, we have a little bit better awareness, a little bit more of a focus.
How much pride do you take in being number one? Since you've been a part of this thing since
Right.
the 80s, I mean,
Yeah.
it's still got to make you feel great.
Oh, it is great. It's great for our fans. It's great for our players. I think it helps your program in the recognition, especially from a recruiting standpoint, to say that, these guys have really worked hard to put themselves at the top of college basketball at this time of the year. You're not at the top of the college basketball in the first weekend in February. That's obviously the goal for everybody. But it is a good starting point and something that hopefully we can grow and have a lot more success this year.
How do you keep these guys from getting the big hit after all that? I mean, these are college kids
Right.
here.
Well, you just practice and you hold them accountable. We turned the ball over 17 times against Iowa. We had 2 different times of the game with about 3 minutes to go in the first half and about 10 minutes to go in the game where we could have really separated ourselves, and we didn't. You got to give Iowa a lot of credit for that, but we still made some mistakes that had nothing to do with us just making mistakes and not concentrating. So we'll work on those things and try to get better and hold those guys accountable. So trying to use the positives and build off of it, but also try to keep ourselves on edge by correcting some of our mistakes.
Articulate it?
Yeah, I just did. It was really came down to the press. But we had 9 turnovers in the first half, and only one of them was due to the press. So it wasn't all those turnovers. You see in the Iowa-Illinois game last night, they turned those guys over too. So they have, good scheme, good athleticism, but more concentration than anything. When it gets down to it, did they make a couple nice plays on it? Yeah, but more of it was self-inflicted. And I didn't feel like I did a good job of preparing our guys. For it, I got to do a better job of helping them. Florida State is such a tough team to go against, especially with their pressure and the way they play and what they do. And our guys did a pretty good job against them. And so now going to the next game, they did some things similar, but not exactly similar. And I just felt like we were in a pretty good position because of our prep for Florida State, and I was wrong there. And I had to do a better job of just doing some breakdown things and helping our guys, through what Iowa does.
So when you use the word lesson, you're talking more about X's and O's and not some big picture and get casual or comfortable up big? Or
No, I would say it was more casual and comfortable and not kind of following what we do at times. And like when they left the guy with the ball in a trap and they didn't stay behind him a couple times, it was just, it's kind of a cardinal rule when going against a trap, you don't leave your guy out to dry. And then a couple times when they trapped and we isolated and cleared, when they once did trap, guys just stood back and didn't flash to the basketball. So like I said earlier, it's hard to really conceptualize into one statement because they're all kind of separate turnovers. Well, obviously, Ron Harper is a really tough cover. They play him at the 4, and he really puts people in binds with his ability to break you down, make tough threes, make open threes, play out of the mid-post. Their big guy, Cliff, is very athletic. You got to keep him off the glass. You got to stop him from getting angles. It looks like Geo Baker's not playing, but you got to prepare for Geo Baker. He's a great shot maker. He's been a great player in our league, especially late in games. He's made some crucial plays. He's beat us a couple years ago with a big shot here in Mackey Arena. And then they've taken a lot of other guys. McKay, he's a really good piece for them. Very smart, knows how to play, tough. And they've taken a lot of new guys that they've come in that have done a good job for them and kind of pieced everything together. Caleb McConnell's another guard that's been there for a couple years. That's a good, talented player that can play off the dribble. But Steve's teams always play hard. They always rebound. They defend. You know they're going to compete. And that's a tough venue. It's a very tough venue to play in, like a lot of other venues in the Big Ten.
I want to quickly ask you